So why are interest rates rising so rapidly? And what can you do about it? Hi, my name is Gabriel and I am Spokane's local real estate agent. The Federal Reserve has one main job, and that is to manage the economy and keep it healthy. And it does this by use of interest rates. Now, when unemployment is at highs like it was during COVID, they lower interest rates in order to stimulate the market, encourage spending, and encourage borrowing. Now, when inflation is at all-time high like it is now, they raise interest rates in order to encourage saving and de-stimulate the market. Right now, we are experiencing an increase in inflation by 325% since the same time last year. And that's mostly due to the $5.2 trillion that they printed during COVID. Now, in order to hedge against this, the Federal Reserve has to increase interest rates at or above the rate of inflation, which currently is at 8.5%, and that is most likely an extremely conservative number. So what we're going to see over the past several months is several hikes in the interest rates. We've already seen them. Over the past 2 months, we've seen an increase in the interest rate by 2%. This is the highest and the quickest hike we've seen in almost 40 years. And I don't think they're going to stop. The Federal Reserve has signaled that they intend to continue to increase interest rates, and if they have any hope of hedging against inflation, they're going to have to increase those interest rates at or above the rate of inflation, which, like I said, is 8.5%. The next hike is set to happen this next month. So as a home buyer, you have about 3 weeks to make a decision. Now, it is a difficult time to buy because despite the fact that interest rates are rising, home prices are also continually rising. They are expected to rise about 5% over the next year, which isn't in the double digits like we saw last year. Last year we saw about 19.5%. So it is a rise of only 5%, but it's still expected to increase, and with increased interest rates as well, it makes it pretty difficult. But the alternative is to rent. Now, if you're renting a home right now, you know that the monthly payments have increased $200, $500, $700 a month because they also were dramatically affected by COVID and are now making up for lost time. And because of inflation, they also need to raise their monthly payments. Now, the difference between buying a home and renting is when you buy a home, you lock in your interest rates and your monthly payments for 30 years. Whereas if you're renting, your monthly payments can change constantly. So even though home prices are expected to rise about 5%, rental rates are expected to rise at double digits. So by buying a home, not only are you taking the next step in your future, not only are you taking a big step towards wealth and building your finances, but you're also providing a lot of security for yourself because you can plan for the next 30 years on that monthly payment. Interest rates are expected to rise again next month. So as a home buyer, you have about 3 weeks to lock in an interest rate. If you speak with a lender, they will be able to lock your interest rate sometimes for months before you buy a home. So they'll send you a pre-approval letter and they will say, here's your interest rate. We're willing to lock this rate in for X amount of days. And it depends on the lender, but typically it's around 3 months. Now, by doing this, you not only give yourself 3 months to look for a home, and you don't even necessarily have to buy a home in that time, but at least you're providing yourself that option and not just simply falling victim to your landlords. If you guys have any more questions, feel free to reach out to me personally. Gabriel Moderman with Haven Real Estate Group, Spokane's local real estate agent.